Good morning. My name is Rebel and I am the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing my what sold for last week, which will be Monday through Thursday, December 5th through the 8th. And sales are still, doing a little bit of bumping, but still doing good. I'm looking forward though. We're going on vacation starting probably Thursday, maybe Friday, and just get a break. This is the perfect time of year to do vacations, because the week of Christmas, the week after Christmas, things slow down, at least for me. And then it starts picking up again for January, just people getting gift certificates and stuff. So I'm looking forward to a break, but I gotta get some videos ready, get some stuff processed so I can have things to list while we're on vacation, because I'm still going to be trying to do my delete, sell, similar and listings throughout the vacation time. And we're going sourcing. I think we're going to go to Indianapolis first. We're going to go that route, spend Christmas with Robert's family, and then come back maybe through Memphis, Nashville. So Rhonda, I'll check in with you to see if there's a way for us to meet up. But I know it's the holidays, and if it can't, that's okay too. All right, so let's get this started. Lots to share. 4 platforms. My largest sell though was Etsy. So Etsy for the win. But if you're new to my channel, I list everything on eBay, and then I use List Perfectly to cross list to Mercari, Poshmark, and Etsy. So most of my sales are on eBay, because I don't have as many on the other ones. That's a goal for next year, to get more cross-listed. But let's start with Mercari. A lot of my low dollar stuff gets cross-listed to Mercari. Every once in a while I do make a large dollar sell on there, but for the most part it's my bread and butters. This is a baby starter sock monkey lovey. I got an offer for $6, which I went ahead and accepted. Right now I'm just trying to get stuff gone. I'm about to go sourcing. I'm going to need the space. This is a dinosaur soft rubber dinosaur. Look, dinosaur twice. Hand puppet. Again, got an offer of $6, so I went ahead and accepted it. Then I have 4 on Posh to share. This is an American Eagle knit sweater. It sold for $11. I had a comment from somebody that says, why am I wasting my time on these low dollar items? Y'all, I have lived in this area the entire time that I have been reselling, so 23 years. I live in a rural area. This is the type of stuff that I'm going to be able to source in abundance. I don't live in LA where you have high dollar thrift stores or people donating high dollar items. This is what we find. And if I'm going to pay 50 cents for a sweater at a yard sale and sell it for $11 on Posh, I'm good. I want to be the type of reseller that a lot of people can relate to, as far as I sell a lot of bread and butter in the $8 to $12 range. A lot. But I have very low cost of goods, and I'm okay with that. Not everybody can have 10,000 listings, but it's been a process, especially since I quit working full-time probably 10 years ago, and this is our primary income. So I'm a numbers person. I'm going to sell in bulk a lot of stuff, and it all adds up. The small dollar sales all the way up to my large dollar sales, which I have several to share with you. So it works for me. It may not be for everybody, but it works for me. Carter's Lovey. I've done very well with Loveys, and even though on Poshmark they have to pay priority shipping, they don't mind. This yellow duck Lovey sold for $25 on Posh. This Spark Create Imagine, which is a Walmart brand. Love Walmart. This was a fat round dog. He sold for $34 on Posh. And then these Acme olive leather men's cowboy boots sold for $59 on Posh. Now let's get to eBay. This was a SeaWorld Sesame Street plush. Some of the other characters sell for a whole lot more. When I listed this probably a year ago, I don't think Bert was on there, so I just kind of picked a price and you go from there. But I mention this quite often. I use offers as an opportunity to go check the comps again, because a lot of my stuff is long tail and it has sat for a while and it may not be appropriate anymore. I went ahead and accepted a $25 offer on Bert. Lego minifigures, still selling. I bought a huge lot of them at a Savers up in Cincinnati, and I pulled all the minifigures and listed them individually or in very small lots, and then I sold all the bulk bricks separately. This is a Star Wars droid, and he sold for $21.21. Pieces and parts to small appliances. This was a Black & Decker shortcut food processor. This is just a little replacement stem. Sold very quickly for $11.01. Jolly Toys Octopus. It has a little chime in it. It sold for $20. The buyer did send me a message saying that this was a childhood favorite and they were buying it to replace it. So excellent. $20, very quick sell. Another Carter's Lovey. This, I think I pulled this out of maybe a St. Louis bag because I'm trying to get through them before I bring back a trailer load again. But definitely this is one to be looking for. It's a white polar bear Lovey by Carter's, sold for $25.46. I used Google Lens to figure out what this small part was. It was a boom box for Rikishi. Too cool. No clue. Sold for $8.46. It's little. Adidas. We find a lot of Tennessee Volunteer stuff. I'm only an hour and a half from Knoxville, so we've got the spirit and the fans in our area. So anytime I find Tennessee Vol stuff, I go ahead and pick it up. This pullover jacket sold for $18, best offer. Boyd's Bears, I pick them up on occasion. Definitely watch for the little, like 3 to 3.5 inch message bears. But this one's called a peaker. It's an just a 6-inch plush inside of a candy cane. It sold for best offer of $12. Pretty sure this came from Shannon, so thank you very much. She sent me a gift box recently that had a whole bunch of Sesame Street puppets in there. This was Bert, had the plastic rubbery type head. He sold for $31.41. Justice Tweens brand. This was a micro bead dog. I've had it listed a while, and somebody purchased it outright, sent me a message stating that it wasn't the exact same one that they were looking for, but they went ahead and bought mine as a replacement for a beloved plush. Right now, nostalgia sales, because people are buying stuff from their childhood as gifts or just to treat themselves. Fisher-Price Pika blocks. I pick these up on occasion, not always. If I see a bunch of them in a bins, I'll pick them up. Or if I see like a set at a yard sale that's like a complete ABC set, then I'll grab them. A lot of times they have scratches on. It's just they're banged and just stacked and thrown in toy boxes. But these were Christmas blocks. But as you can see in my notes, there was a lot of scratches and discoloration. I just showed pictures of it and made sure I put it in the comments. They still sold for $13.25. Pick these up at estate sales. Things that are unique. These were just little shadow box glass pictures with butterflies in them. Probably paid $1 or $2 for them. Sold for $25, best offer. Now this, I picked this up probably 2 years ago at a yard sale. It was a sweater machine. I only paid $5 for it, but the person at the yard sale said that it definitely worked. Well, when I got it home, it was missing the major part, the motor that actually worked it. I pieced that out, made several $100s on it. These were the last 2 pieces to go. It was the needle beds, but they were long, but the 2 of them together fit easily in the shoebox size priority, and we stacked them. They sold for $20 best offer, but I was glad to get that off my shelves. I'm done with them. This is, I think we picked this up at the Nashville Bins when we went out there to do Bolo Buddies Bins Bingo. I at first thought it was more contemporary, but come to find out it is a Mattel Double Dues block. It folded up into a block. It's from 1985, sold for $8.46 very quickly. This was, I bought these at a yard sale where I bought a whole bunch of vintage plush. I paid $5 for a tote. These 2 stocking holders were in there. This person bought, I listed them separately. They bought them together, didn't wait for me to send them a combined invoice for shipping. So I did give them a refund on the difference. But they paid $33.92 for these 2 very heavy resin stocking holders. Christmas ornaments, I pick them up all year and I list them when I find them. I don't wait for the holidays because Christmas sells all year long. But this was just a little Asian looking Christmas ornament, like in a kimono, in a little kimono. It sold for $8.46. A lot of these I pay 50 cents for at yard sales and estate sales. This is a viewer sale, so thank you so much, Susan. She, like me, loves Winnie the Pooh, and she decided to pick up this Winnie the Pooh tapestry. Sold for $13.25. More Lego minifigures. This was Stitch. He sold for $16.96. Y'all, this has been listed 8, 9, 10 years. When I first quit my job and I started doing a whole lot of sourcing at our Goodwill bins in Asheville, I picked this up. It took forever. Not all Lisa Frank sells well, but finally, $12. It's out the door. Fisher-Price Loving Family Dollhouse. I pick it up anytime I can at yard sales and at the bins. I tend to make small lots, keep it affordable, keep the shipping reasonable, and these 3 pieces sold for $21. I think Robert picked this up. We picked up an envelope that had different types of ephemera in it. There was a whole bunch of this space shuttle, NASA type papers in it. Just decided to bulk it all up, sell it as a group, $21.21. More Christmas ornaments. I paid, I think, 50 cents each. I did have 5 of them, and this person bought all of them, paid $42.30. But they are Christmas Around the World. Love that brand. Most of it's from like the 90s. I grab it anytime. Precious Moments Clown Doll. I want to say this was a bins find also. It sold, I had been sending out tons of offers for like $20, $19, $18. It sold at my sale price for $21.21. Another multi-order, probably wasn't the best buy, but we probably only paid $3 or $4, but breakables. This is Cabin in the Snow. It's by Tien Chan. Highly collectible, but you gotta wait for that person who's trying to complete a set, replace broken ones. She ended up buying everything that I had left, which was the coffee mugs and the snack plates, and paid $27.12. Lambs and Ivy, love that brand, but usually it's bread and butter for me. This was just a cute lion, had a number 3 like jersey on. It sold for best offer of $18. Preferred Plush, this was an animated reindeer. It sold for $12. Kmart, these are those big bears, like the Belky bears and the Snowden bears. I don't normally pick them up. I do think this was in that lot of bulk Christmas stuff that I bought, but still sold for $19.51. And they are able to be smooched into a large priority box. I don't normally ship large plush like this in poly bags. I just rather put it in a box. Another viewer sale, so thank you so much, Loretta. She saw this in one of the recent hauls, that just a cute novelty mug. It says, happiness is seeing your mother-in-law's pictures on a milk carton. Just thought that was cute, so thank you very much. Sold for $14.95. Nestle Nerds Plush, this is the candy. I did wash it, but it still ended up with 2 faint spots. I just took pictures of them and made sure I noted it. Sold for $11.01. Oh, don't know how that happened. This is from the high bid auction lot that I purchased last year. Tons of stuff we sold. A lot of it was advertising for like restaurants, companies, but quite a bit was pharmaceutical. This is for Trileptal, just a Dalmatian dog with the shirt. It sold for $20.36. I did have a comment in my Facebook group about somebody who tried to list a zebra plush by Zithromax. That has been the one and only pharmaceutical logo that I was not able to list with the brand name in there. Any of the other ones that I've listed, I've not had any problem. I do have the zebras listed, and I think actually some other things, but I just leave the word out. It'll eventually sell, but yes, I'm not quite sure why the Zithromax has not. That keeps getting blocked. The Pyrex coffee mug, or coffee percolator, that I purchased, I want to say I paid $1 or $2 at a yard sale. I previously had sold this glass stem immediately, $39.95. It had a manufacturer's flaw on the stem. It was not chipped, but the first purchaser thought it was chipped, so did a return. Listed it again. It went into my 15% off sale and sold immediately again. But let me show you. I just went ahead and took close-up. See, it just is kind of a bubble on the edge. So I just made sure to note that, showed the flaw. And I mean, it in no way would affect the use of it. But I am down. I've sold all the guts to the percolator, and all I have left is the coffee pot. More Lego minifigures sold for $11. The Samurai set. This also came from the high bid auction that I won last year. This was an Eddie Bauer duck, but it had that distinct Eddie Bauer flannel on it. Very small, sold for $10 best offer. This is another viewer sale, so thank you so much, Tammy. Bought this pretty much right after I listed it. It's Grumpy Cat with the little Christmas stocking. It was going to be a Christmas gift. Sold for $8.75. That should be my thing. Instead of my Fisher Price wall, I should have Grumpy Cat and Grinch. I think Robert would probably agree. Lego Bionicles. This is an incomplete Bionicle set by Tower of Toa. It would have sold for a whole lot more, but you know, it had some unopened bags. It had some of the figures, so I stuck with my price, and it sold on sale 15% for $40.76. I tend to pick up a lot of these popcorn poppers, but man, they're big and they need pre-packed so that you have the actual dimensions, because it was going to be a little oversized. But some of these older ones tend to do really well for us. This Stir Crazy 2 popcorn had the green base, sold for $21, best offer. I picked this up at our little favorite estate sale recently. It was Swamp Thing, VHS, still sealed, sold for $10, best offer. Different types of animals do well for me. This was a Walmart goat. You know, you've got your bears, your rabbits, stuff like that. But goats, I don't find a whole lot of them. It sold for $12.71. Nike Overplay sneakers, already received great feedback on it. Was replaced a favorite pair of shoes. Sold for $25.16. Somebody's already pre-thinking graduation. Bought this Hallmark 8-inch bear, $8.96. This, I couldn't find the manufacturer. It kind of made me think of like House of Hatton, but of course you're not going to put that, you know, in your listing because that's keyword scamming. But I put a high price on it. It's been listed a little while, so I got a $25 best offer and decided to accept it. It's just 5 inches. It was very small. Vineyard Vines, if this had been my size, I would have kept it. It was an extra small hoodie, sold for $15, best offer. Another viewer sale. Thanks so much, Melinda. She sent me a message stating that her daughter made up a stuffed animal that she wanted in her, you know, considering what she wanted, and Melinda went in and found something close enough in my store, so thank you so much. It was this Walmart tie-dye rabbit, $13.45. Nike jacket, did have some writing in it, so, you know, just disclose any issues you have with anything and you're covered. Is it going to stop returns? No, because not everybody looks at the pictures and the description, but it's going to at least protect you. This sold for $28. All right, some of my bigger sales. We bought a bunch of these Waterford Christmas trees, 4 large ones, 4 small ones in green, red, clear, and white. I think I'm down to 1 or 2 left. We paid $50 for all 8 of them. This small red tree sold for $60. I'd already sold like 2 of the large and a small for over $300, so it was an excellent find. All right, these sheets I picked up, I think on the Highway 127 sale. There was actually another, like a flat or a fitted with it. I went ahead and separated it out. This was a queen set, fitted, flat, and 2 pillowcases, sold for $99.95. And my best eBay sale, another one of my saucy dolls. I picked up 4 of these at an estate sale. They were priced $20 each, but I ended up doing a bulk price, so probably about $18 each. Very odd doll. You take its arm and, you know, go up and down, and her face contorts. Her eyes move, her mouth moves. Just an odd doll. 1972. She sold for $125. Yay. All right, 3 Etsy sales, including my highest dollar one. Alf. Love Alf. Pick it up anytime I can find it. I do, if a toy has a sound box in it, I remove it and show it in the first picture so that they know that it is included. Unfortunately, this sound box did not work. Maybe somebody who's purchasing can get it fixed. May just put it on a shelf anyway for their collection or use it for parts to repair another one. This one, 1986 plush, sold for $39.95. I want to say I bought this on eBay. I don't buy a lot to resell through eBay, but this must have caught my attention when I was doing comps for something else. So I decided to buy it because they had it listed like Snoopy, but this is actually what's called a knee hugger. It was by Jerry Elsner Pets, vintage. So I listed it on, I think, eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Etsy, and it sold on Etsy for $59.95. And then my best sell, these books. These are Walter T. Foster. I went to an estate sale and bought a bunch, more than these. I ended up dividing them into different size lots, but this was the largest lot. There were over 80 books. I paid $1/4 each. You have to set up your shipping on Etsy, and for some reason I had not set up media mail. I didn't even know you could do media mail on Etsy. So this was listed on Etsy for a while with priority shipping. I don't know what I was thinking, but somebody messaged me. I went in trying to figure out, could I? And yes, I could. Her shipping ended up being like $30-some for this lot. Bought it immediately. $219.95. So now I know. If I can list books on Etsy now, I will, because the media mail wasn't overly bad. Great sales. I hope all of you are having a wonderful fourth quarter. Coming into January, I tend to do quite well still, and then we'll get back to the work all year for fourth quarter because, it's been amazing for us. I've kept up with the delete and sell similars. I think that makes all the difference. Running sales, all the things, promoted listings, even though we all don't like that, has really, really helped. All right, let's get to work. Bye.